Greetings, adventurers. This is Dan Cart. So, we are currently playing a game set in the 1930s. The concept was, hey, everybody, make up a modern day character and use the Amazing Adventures 5e book from Troll Lord Games, which tacks on to 5e. The thing is, with Wizards of the Coast and that OGL nonsense early last year, they decided they wanted to really screw over all the third-party producers, okay? And a lot of those third-party producers said, oh, we're done. We're just done making supplemental stuff for 5e. And let's just shove this stuff out the warehouse so we don't have to look at it anymore. WotC, of course, shot themselves in the foot. They were trying to get greedy, and they screwed over third-party creators from major companies like Troll Lord and all the way down to you or I. They said, hey, if anybody makes anything to help expand the D&D universe, we're going to take it. We're going to take every dime it makes, and we will reserve all the rights to it. Well, what's the point in somebody trying to make a few bucks on their hobby, if it's just going to get stolen from them? I mean, they pissed everybody off. But, hey, while this was shoved out the warehouse on sale, me and James got a hold of it and said, hey, this looks interesting. So, we're looking at our firearms rules. There's a rule for using a firearm as a single shot. Boom. You roll at a proficiency bonus and a dexterity bonus, and that's what you roll to hit. Okay. One shot per 6 seconds. Or full auto. Well, in between there is rapid but aimed fire. If you just go in there, take a few quick shots, hey, I was infantry, we're trained to shoot more than once every 6 seconds and do so in an aimed manner. Anybody reasonably proficient with a firearm can do that. For as long as firearms have been in role-playing games, there's always been somebody wanting to they really want to fiddle with the rules. They really want things to be different. Back in the 90s, I had a copy of Gun Digest, and there was something called Wootler's Lethality Factor, where one of the editors posited that a function of the cross-sectional density of the bullet in grains multiplied by the muzzle energy in foot-pounds could be introduced, be part of a formula to determine how effective it would be on game that it hit, deer and elk and stuff. And I took that and I ran with it because, hey, D&D nerd, right? My friend at the time, who has abandoned us all and disappeared off the face of the earth, I'd like to get a hold of him, but I don't think I can. He was making a modern day game, and I said, hey, I'll help you out. I'll do the damage for the firearms. So I ran through all the calibers in their common grain weights of bullet and common muzzle energy and converted those into this one does a D4 for 22 long rifle. This one does a D10 plus 2. This one does a D8. This one does D6 plus 1. Yada, 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 all the way through. And that is just more detailed than you really need. Okay? They just charts. Yay for charts. But getting back to this, okay? We have 2 home rules that we have added in here. One is if you take multiple shots in a round, all right, up to 1 magazine worth, you get an additional +1 to hit. Accuracy through volume. Okay, I would have gone with +2, but we went with +1. So this means that if you empty 7-round 1911 magazine into somebody, that's a +6. You're more likely to hit. But for every 5 points above what you needed, that your roll is, you get an extra die of damage. Okay, so +2 would have been really good, but hey. So this helps us in that emptying multiple rounds into a target, you're going to do more damage. But also, if you have a very skillful shooter with a ton of adjusted bonuses, all right, he could roll a good sized number on a d20, have a big bonus, and get multiple dice added onto a single well-placed shot. Okay. In D&D, a longbow did a d8 worth of damage. And a deer had multiple hit dice, which meant that no archer could reliably down a deer with a single arrow. Okay? Whereas modern bow hunters, the whole goal is to drop a deer with a single shot. Okay? Well placed, single shot into a vital area. Okay, so the animal doesn't suffer, it doesn't run, doesn't bleed out somewhere out in the middle of nowhere where you can't get to it. That's the loss of your meat, and that's the sad end for the animal. So that's what we did for our gun rules. We just added those 2 little home rules. +1 for each additional shot in a round. +1 die for every additional 5 points over you made. So if you have a stack of bonuses, you got like +12 on top of a 20, that's 32. You only needed it was an AC 12, that's 20 points, that's 4 dice on top of your additional, let's say your D10 +2. So it turns into 5d10 +2. And it's a tremendous shot. And so it's likely to be a one-shot stop. Okay. Goes both ways. Now, nobody's run an adjusted 32 in this game. Not even close. We don't have those sizes of bonuses. But we can get a 22. A 20 plus, and you had +2. No big deal. We do not run natural 20 equals X. Okay, so we don't run that critical hit. It's just for every additional 5. So far, it's been pretty smooth. So far, it's worked pretty well. That's just my thoughts about it. Anyway, DM Kurt. That's our firearms rules. Out.